Super Bowl 51 was the first major operational deployment of public safety LTE that incorporated it into the planning process from day one and played an instrumental role in public safety operations. Harris County, the City of Houston, the State of Texas, and federal partners in the region are leading the nation in the adoption of mobile data.
I don't think we'll run a special event without utilizing half of what we've been able to kind of figure out how to make it work. It improves our operations so much more. It's kind of like cell phones, and we're kind of looking back going, how did we ever do without some of the stuff we have now?
Public safety agencies realized a paradigm shift in the way that they communicated during Super Bowl through the use of the Harris County LTE system.
It allowed multiple agencies to communicate across a common platform with the public safety LTE system and some of the mobile apps that we were using. We were able to all see the same information at the same time and share that information with one another in real time, which helped cut down a lot of the communication hurdles that you would normally have without the apps.
For the command post, the mobile apps really allowed us to communicate without having to get up out of a chair and go from table to the different agencies, and allowed us to push information out very uniformly. Relaying everything verbally, your message may change slightly, however many times you've said it over and over, versus being able to utilize the apps. We just pushed one message out to everybody, whether it was DPS or Homeland Security or FBI or us. Everybody took it and did what they do with information.
We had over 90 plus medics involved and one person as command for radio traffic. It would have been impossible for one person to handle all of the radio traffic that's necessary to do what we do on a normal basis as far as maintaining situational awareness, dispatch, and transport operations if we had to use the radio alone. And then when using Moxtra for dissemination of non-critical information, cut down the radio traffic tremendously. If I had to say, we probably cut down 85 to 90% of our radio traffic by using Moxtra.
I reported directly to the incident commander for Super Bowl 51, Executive Assistant Chief Matt Slinkard, and I was with him throughout the entire operational period. I could give my boss in real time status updates on what was going on across all venues. He had that up-to-date situational awareness that he needed to make the decisions that he needed to make. We're using numerous radio channels, so we can't listen to everything all at the same time. With the mobile app, we were able to see all of those significant events unfolding in real time, regardless of what radio channel the folks were operating on. So I was able to provide those type of updates to him in real time, which was very beneficial from a management incident commander role.
These benefits and others were realized through a variety of real-life use cases, which transformed the operational environment.
We were able to dispatch in real time versus having to call across the radio, hey, who's closest to X location, and 6 units come back. I could look on a screen and see who was the closest and dispatch them accordingly.
One component that we always have struggled with is getting the call times back to the teams that are doing transports. So we were able to communicate that information directly to the teams via the mobile apps through Moxtra, providing them response times, at hospital times, in-service times, and so they're able to get that information directly from the app itself.
When we're sending information to just over 50 tactical officers at the same time, there's no miscommunication when you see a photo of a kid that we're looking for or of a suspicious person versus trying to explain that information through the radio without someone stepping in. It was virtually flawless.
The JHAT teams, the Joint Hazard Assessment teams, we work hand in hand, the hazmat technicians, the bomb squad, and the K9. And so for us it was really nice because we could operate as independent units, but upon an incident or an event occurring, we were able to come together very quickly and all have that same common operating picture that normally would not be shared over standard LMR communications.
The successful deployment of the Harris County LTE system didn't just happen. It took a year of planning to understand user requirements, develop a concept of operation, choose the right products, test the technologies, train the end users, and develop standard operating procedures and an information architecture to support the specific operational requirements of Super Bowl 51.
The apps were successful because individual groups were set up for specialized units. What you see a lot of time in law enforcement are specific mission-oriented units that have one particular tasking, and they're a little bit hesitant to share information with other units for fear of compromising their operations. The use of these mobile apps was extremely important in the Super Bowl in a sense that it allowed these units to use information within their individual groups, and then the supervisors could choose to share that information with other groups on the outside if the information was pertinent to a larger enforcement operation.
Super Bowl 51 demonstrated the impact public safety LTE can have in transforming multi-agency information sharing and situational awareness, which was made possible because of leadership buy-in, multi-agency cooperation, and extensive planning.
Who knows, one day, 15, 20 years from now, this system or systems like it may replace radio communications. We don't know. I've never been one to shy away from what's new. One of the most famous questions is, who else is using it? Let's not wait to see who else has used it and if it was successful. Let's go ahead, let's put the tool into play, let's use it. We always had our radios there still to augment radio communication.
Would we be able to accomplish the things that we were able to accomplish during the Super Bowl without all of the advancements in the technology over the last year and a half, 2 years? Without everything all coming together and without the cooperation of the other agencies, I think the answer is no. I don't believe that we'd be able to pull off quite a seamless an event.